In the area of the Cilacap Ocean Fisheries Port, you can see from a distance two large ships being built by dozens of builders at the shipyard. The planks of wood have been connected. The bow has appeared tapered. The structure of the ship's frame shows a very complex manufacturing technique. This is only 30%. In 3 to 4 months, said the people on the boat who were sweating as they joined one plank to another. Shipbuilding time, the fastest 5 to 7 months. The construction of one ship involves 10 to 15 workers. The wooden boards used vary. But at least 3 types, namely Damar Laut, mahogany and Laban. The chief builder, Sumiarto, 58, said that the ship's hull cover requires a type of wood that is both ductile and flexible. The ship's reinforcement must use hard wood. So, Laban wood was chosen as the reinforcement material. But the unique thing is, the production is very complex. Instead of being designed based on detailed sketches, the builders just ignore it. They build ships based solely on experience. Habits they have been doing for decades. I myself have worked at the shipyard for 20 years, said Sumiarto, who is from Kampung Laut, Cilacap Regency, on Merdeka.com. Friday, 13/1, afternoon. Shipping engineering in the archipelago has a long history. In the book, Sailing and Commerce of the Archipelago in the 16th and 17th Century, written by Andrian B. Lappian, the development of shipping techniques dates back tens of centuries. The reliefs at Borobudur, for example, he said depict boats or ships which can be classified into 3 types, namely mortar boats, large ships without outriggers and large ships with outriggers. Meanwhile, in the Cilacap shipyard, builders are making a boat or charter. This ship also has a long historical connection when Ppc, the capital of Rokan Hilir Riau, was still the center of international trade. In the 19th century, Bagan became the second largest fish-producing port city in the world after Bergen City, Norway. This city is known for its shipyards. The construction of the Bagan ship was then popular as part of shipping and commerce in the Nusantara. When this ship sails, it will have a 30 gross ton (GT) engine. It will be used to catch and transport tuna, said Sumiarto, leading the construction of the ship. Sumiarto was assisted by Samino, 35, who was the foreman. Both from Kampung Laut, Cilacap Regency, Samino has worked in a shipyard for 10 years. He is in charge of controlling and assisting dozens of other craftsmen when working on shipbuilding, starting from selecting logs, refining, installing, fiber coating and up to special water-repellent painting. Samino said he started working at the shipyard as a maid. The tasks start from the wooden embankment, moving the boards, preparing the nails or shifting the reinforcement. In the world of shipbuilders, builders must be physically strong before learning special skills. Perseverance, work and years of experience determine expertise. The tools we use are relatively simple, such as woodcutters, wood adhesives. That's why work experience is very important here, he said. He said the ship that is currently being built has a length of 30 meters and 32 meters. Meanwhile, the width of the upper hull opening is approximately 7 meters and 8 meters. The ship is made by determining the length of the bottom keel, taking into account the length of the ship. Then, lower bones, and upper bones. Furthermore, the reinforcement that has been strung is determined by the top width pulling starting from the hull. The left and right side bones are weighed using a spirit level to balance. Just follow the size calculations. For example, below 7 meters, above 8 meters. It means that only 1 meter is left for the top, said Samino. According to Samino, Each ship requires a minimum cost of Rp 5 billion. But there are also those that cost Rp 7 billion to Rp 9 billion. He predicts this cost from the wood used. He has his own notes about the wood and detailed measurements that are used as the responsibility of ordering the ship. I don't know for sure. It's just an estimate, Cimino said. On the other hand, Kazim, 39, an unskilled laborer from Perbalinga in shipbuilding, has the task of finishing at the finishing stage, namely refining wooden planks, fiber coating and painting. He and approximately 13 of his friends started working from 8.00 to 17.00. His admission was that he was paid $9.42 per day while the foreman was $9.62. Kazim himself has worked in the shipyard for exactly 10 years. He said that in his place of origin, Perbalinga Regency, most people work as farmers or factory workers because they are far from the sea. But since he was a teenager, he has had a special interest in fishermen. This background made him a shipbuilder. I enjoy being a shipbuilder. Indeed, this work is hard. It is common to be burned by the sun, said Kazim. The shipyard at the Cilacap Ocean Fishing Port shows how rich maritime culture is in Indonesia. The sea is not just salt production, fishing businesses, but also a representation of old shipping techniques showing cultural independence. Amidst the sweat of the workers at the shipyard, the maritime history mosaic survives in amazing ways. This spirit of maritime culture is at least described in this poem, Sea Journey, by D. Zawawi Imran. The lights play the sea, the night plays the fire, my crescent moon soul sometimes floats on the tide and sinks on the ebb. This is the coverage of the Java-only channel, regarding the construction of wooden fishing boats at the Ppc Cilacap shipyard in early 2023. I hope this is useful. For those who haven't subscribed, liked, commented and shared, I'm waiting for this small channel to grow. Thank you.